and gentlemen, our opening contest is a gauntlet match where the winner gets a Monster Factory Championship match in our main event later tonight, and they get to name the stipulation.
So 6 individuals, 6 different mindsets.
They're wasting first. From Allentown, Pennsylvania, weighing 170 pounds, guaranteed, Mike Z.
We're wasting no time here as we get right into the match that will decide our main event. Mike Z in the unlucky slot number 1. A former Monster Factory champion himself. You got to think that Mike Z is very eager to try to get that title back.
Almost certainly 4 individuals have held this championship in the past, 2 have not. And as far as the determining order, a battle royal had occurred a couple of weeks ago on TRL 73. These 2 individuals, Mike Z and Nick Battee, were the first over the top rope to the floor, and they have the unenviable position of starting first. So if either of these 2 are going to go on to that championship opportunity, one has to go through the other and then 4 other opponents. So certainly the odds are the longest.
And these 2 no strangers to each other as they have traded that very Monster Factory championship back and forth between them.
Of course, it was Mike Z back at Monster Mash who defeated Nick Battee to win the Monster Factory Championship. That was the night we saw the first ever Mike Z guarantee finally hit.
You got to think he's going to be trying to hit it one more time here tonight.
And then, of course, at our last major event, Monsters Are Real, just a month ago, just 4 weeks ago tonight, Nick Battee did get the victory over Mike Z, but then Chris Desmond utilized his opportunity 1 from winning Turkey Slam, got that opportunity after the match and pinned Nick Battee to become the Monster Factory champion and has held it ever since.
Nick Battee stalling as referee Mike Barnett trying to start the match. Mike Z, definitely the crowd favorite here.
And referee Ben Barnett signaling for the bell. And immediately fisticuffs between the 2 here. No love lost, that's for sure. But that's the challenge with the Gauntlet matches. You want to take out your opponent as quickly as possible, but you want to preserve your energy as much as you can, because after this, another entrant comes in, you need to beat them, and so on and so forth, multiple times over.
Without a doubt, the focus, and not to put a pun here, would be to put your opponent away as quick as possible. As the fans are saying he is out of focus. And I think it was a little bit of a rake of the eye there to the Mike Z before that neck breaker on the floor.
Perhaps the crowd giving the innovative Nick Battee an idea to be able to rake the eyes, as that certainly would put the vision of Mike Z out of focus, and that's what led to the neck breaker that you saw there.
Crowd not being shy at letting Nick know what they think of him with the ocean of Nick as trash signs. Oh, and a small package.
Side cradle here too, and no.
Schoolboy by Battee rolling into kick right to the head of Mike Z. Another one of those devastating neck breakers. Floating it
over and can't get the 3.
Just kicking Mike Z out to the floor. aggravation on the face of the focused Nick Battee. As he brings Mike Z back into the ring, Mike Z takes the apron. And Battee trips him, sends him crashing face down onto the hardest part of the ring. Into the steps. It's that shoulder of Mike Z taking a beating.
Oh, and a suplex on the floor as well. Are you kidding me? You can see grimacing in pain. That took a good amount out of Battee as well.
After all that's happened, you know Nick Battee wants that belt back, and he wants a good, long, proper run with it.
It looks like Nick Battee more than willing to take the count-out victory here, knowing that there's another opponent heading into the fray. Brian Morris faces the winner of these two.
Won't that be interesting if the two members of the former world-renowned squaring off against each other? The two that are still on good terms anyway. Battee sneaking around for a senton over the ropes.
Slingshot senton, nicely done, and suplex into the corner.
Mike Z landed right on his head as Battee floats into the cover. Kick out after two. And you've seen this strategy from Battee here lately, just the repeated pin attempts, knowing that his opponent has to exert so much energy to get out of each one.
Well, and on top of that, I mean, this is a gauntlet match, so you have to figure that knowing that you have more opponents just waiting in the wings, you want a dispatch of your opponent sooner rather than later, and Battee figures, all right, maybe if the first cover doesn't work, the second one will, maybe the third one will, but not in this case here. What momentum on that tornado DDT. And now Z able to get a little bit of recovery, a little bit of adrenaline here as well.
Mike Z putting Nick face first into that turnbuckle, drops into the clothesline. Battee staggering to his feet. Mike Z has him up in a torture rack. Thing's going for that angle slam neck breaker.
And now Z trying to put away.
Can he hit it again? Battee had it scouted this time. Bell clap. That was an interesting counter.
And certainly effective.
Nick Battee, and hip checked the ropes, bouncing Mike Z right off of it into a stylish elbow drop there, right into the cover. Only got a 2 count. And Battee right back into a front chancery. Hooking up, suplex. Was kind of a brain buster flavor of that. Battee's so close to a 3 count off that pin attempt.
And you can see the frustration starting to build. Now looking over, perhaps.
Oh, he's trying to
pulling the padding off of the turnbuckle there.
Shades of how he won the championship. Will lightning strike twice for Nick Battee? Sending Mike Z into the corner, a block. Mike Z had it countered. Reversal. Z into the corner. Battee catches
the boot.
Oh, backstabber. And Nick Battee capitalized though, rolling him to the center of the ring.
Let's go, Nick!
And now going up to the second, no, going all the way up top. Oh. Took a little too long, crouched on the top.
On that exposed turnbuckle.
The padding that Battee removed.
Turnabout fair play as Mike Z guaranteed. Got all of it. And Mike C advances.
But no rest for the weary.
And we hear the music by Brian Morris from behind. No one colder and more calculated than Brian Morris. The man does not play by the rules. And you see the smile on the face of Nick Battee. By hook or crook, it's a huge advantage for Brian Morris. And now he's choking Mike Z with that t-shirt. You want to talk about somebody in this match with more motivation than anyone? As you mentioned earlier, for Brian Morris, one of two people in this gauntlet that have never held the Monster Factory Championship. Big knee drop right across the throat by Morris into a lateral press, hook of the leg, and a kick out after two.
In fact, Brian Morris, devoid of any, or bereft of any, singles Monster Factory Championship in his time here in the MFPW. So certainly added motivation for the Wonderboy, Brian Morris here.
When you look at his meteoric rise, when you look at what a premier athlete this man is. As Mike Z fights back off of Morris's attempt to drive him into the corner. Mike Z sending Morris into the ropes. Morris reverses into a forearm right to the side of the head, the temple there. And mind you, Farhan, that corner turnbuckle is still exposed.
That certainly could come into play. It's hard to say. I mean, we've already seen a little bit of working together, although not at the same time, by Brian Morris and the focus Nick Battee. Now looking for the mic drop, but instead some elbows to the back, some knees to the midsection, and Wonderboy fights out of it.
Flapjack. Mike Z is down.
Brian Morris beside himself.
Brian Morris now taking out his frustrations on Nick Battee. I don't think I have ever seen
on Mike Z.
Excuse me, Mike Z. I don't think I have ever seen a crowd get in the head of a competitor the way that Paulsboro just got in Brian Morris's head. A club to the back sends Mike Z down.
Morris again focusing more on the crowd than he is his opponent, Mike Z. Morris' shoulder was looking perhaps for a power slam. But now schoolboy roll up here and only a 2.
Drop kick, and look at the height on that by Brian Morris. Going into lateral press. Kick out after 2 by Mike Z.
Crowd certainly unrelenting here toward Wonderboy Brian Morris.
Hey, Brian Morris, guess what? You suck.
Now still trying to the crowd chanting Wonder Baby towards Brian Morris, just again trying to continue to get in Brian Morris's head.
I think they're succeeding Morris sending it across the ring with that clothesline to Mike Z.
Now Bandera over the ropes. Z hangs on.
Morris was trying to ram his head into that exposed turnbuckle. Stun gun across the rope sent Brian Morris flying back into the ring. Was that steel cable of the rope going right into the windpipe? Brian Morris, clothesline, back elbow.
Olympic slam.
Drops Brian Morris as Mike Z into the cover, hook of the leg. Almost got the 3 count.
Mike Z continuing to try to put Brian Morris away, and of course, the inevitable icon, Travis Jacobs, standing in wait of whomever the victor is.
And Mike drop.
Right
Wow.
shoulder up at 2.
Have you ever seen anybody kick out of the mic drop?
Very infrequently.
It's the resilience of Brian Morris on display.
Oh, it might be time again. Two guarantees in one night?
Is it possible? And no, Brian Morris with a
O'Connor
roll.
roll.
Has the tights. Oh, and the referee saw it. And now he's
Rolled up into the ropes.
oh, too close. I think not great positioning. Coming back to bite Mike Z. And Brian Morris sees that turnbuckle post is exposed and drives Mike Z's face right into it. Big leg lariat.
What height on the leg lariat.
Impaler DDT. Into the cover.
Height on that too, and that's gonna be the 3. And that sends out Mike Z. And now we have the inevitable icon looking to go after what's left of the Wonderboy.
I think the Wonderboy owes Nick Battee a huge thank you for exposing that turnbuckle. It's the irony.
The next participant, Travis Jacobs.
That it was that same sequence that led Mike Z to the loss of the Monster Factory Championship.
And you can see an ear-to-ear grin on the face of the inevitable icon.
6'5" Brian Morris literally has bigger problems right now. And the streamers are flying for the inevitable icon here. Brian Morris showing exactly what he thinks of those streamers.
Just a bit of disdain.
I think Brian Morris wishes he had streamers of his own. Look at the disrespect by Travis Jacobs, just shouldering past the Wonderboy. Morris trying to lay a clothesline in. Jacobs just shrugging it off. And I think Brian Morris is starting to feel the fatigue of his exchange with Mike Z.
Well, this crowd chanting weak. I mean, you wrestle for 8 or 9 minutes and then try to get somebody that big over the top rope.
Not going to happen, as Jacobs does what Morris failed to do, sending him flying over the top rope, almost right into the laps of the front row there.
And now Jacobs giving chase.
Look at Morris attacking with the streamers.
Anything to create a divergence, I suppose. Pace quickening here. What a kick.
A single leg drop kick knocked the daylights out of Brian Morris. You can hear that clear across the bridge in Philadelphia.
Oh my goodness.
The fans here in Paulsboro love seeing the chops. Whoa. Morris ducks and tries one of his own, and I don't think this is a contest you want to get into with Travis Jacobs, Brian. And again, how hard must it be to breathe after taking one of those? Brian Morris begging, can't take anymore, as the crowd calling for one more time.
Clutching on the waist there of referee Ben Barnett just for some semblance of distance and relief here.
But Jacobs had him up in torture rack position. Morris fights out.
From the second rope, dangerous rope with a crossbody block too.
I think Travis Jacobs just got a sharp reminder not to take his eye off the ball. That is, was he biting him? I think Brian Morris just bit the forehead of Travis Jacobs.
The desperation certainly kicking in here, and understandably so. Whoever wins here has to go on to face Goldy, and the winner of that faces Mimi, all to get a championship opportunity for the Monster Factory title later tonight.
Imagine if you were Travis Jacobs and that potentially being your own girlfriend standing in your way between you and the Monster Factory Championship as he kicks out of a pin attempt from Brian Morris after 2.
And that is a potential possibility for the Heavenly Icons tag team partner to potentially collide with one another.
Brian Morris with a shoulder tackle taking down Jacobs, mounting him with the punches.
Wow, this guy really does suck. Not happening, Morris.
Well, trying to throw Jacobs to the ropes, and a little too much mass to be able to build. The fatigue certainly kicking in. And now looking for a suplex. Oh wait, schoolboy roll up here. Jacobs kicks out. Apparently the crowd asking, and they may receive here, looking for the travesty, but wait a minute. Here comes the Focus, Nick Battee, already eliminated from this Gauntlet match. Oh, a forearm sends Battee off the apron, but that allows for Brian Morris to capitalize.
Well, it's looking for the Impaler DDT. Jacobs had it scouted.
There's that breakthrough right to the shoulder.
Well, and Nick Battee got brought in right over onto Brian Morris. Sent out just as quick as he came in. And now, uninterrupted, travesty.
And the lateral press and the victory. And now, two men very familiar with one another, Travis Jacobs and David Goldy.
The next participant, David Goldy.
Goldy wasting no time, launching into Jacobs with the forearms right there to the face. Goldy knows he has the upper hand. His fresh man drop kick sends Jacobs flying to the outside.
And it looks like Goldy might be taking to the air here.
Whoa, look at the height on that backflip. And it was a fake out.
Fake out back tuck into a tope suicida, but now charging in again in a second one.
Are we looking for a third? Oh,
This time caught and choke slammed onto the apron.
landing high on the upper back.
Come on, Jacobs, get back in the ring. Let's go. Bring it in.
A flurry of offense from Goldy put to an immediate halt by the inevitable icon.
Goldy with a half Nelson. Jacobs fights out with an elbow to the jaw. Goldy countering that clothesline attempt with a kick right to the face.
Oh, beautiful kick once again, charging right on in.
That single leg drop kick being very effective for Jacobs throughout the night. Just as quickly as Goldy came into this as a fresh man, Jacobs has him right where he wants him.
The immense physicality here and just a thrust right to the chin, sending Goldy down to the mat once again. And the final Gauntlet entrant awaits the winner of these two, the Notorious Mimi. Oh no, very, very, very nonchalant cover on the part of Travis Jacobs. Doesn't even garner a 1.
Jacobs turns him up, suplex. Goldy is down as I think Jacobs heading up top.
Going all the way up.
Frog splash attempts and he eats nothing but canvas.
Nobody home, but now Goldy, perhaps similar thoughts.
The springboard elbow.
Hooks the leg, 2, and Jacobs powers out.
It's a very impressive, unique take on that springboard elbow. Speaks to the speed and athleticism of Goldy's. He
Looking
has
for the
him up.
Ushigoroshi.
Jacobs had it scouted. Breakthrough. Goldy came down right on that neck. Almost vertically down on the top of his head.
The
Devastating.
damage done, not able to immediately capitalize. Hook, no, a lateral press only gets 2.
Travis setting up again. Chops. thud, that sickening thud right into the chest of Goldy.
Take it, Goldy, take it.
Goldy, a chop of his own, laying in a series of them to Travis Jacobs. Jacobs with a kick right there to the arm.
Well, weakening the arm makes certain sense. It makes it more difficult for Goldy to be able to lift somebody up for the Ushigoroshi, and now, again, a very laissez-faire type cover.
No surprise, it only gets a 1 count. Jacobs has Goldy reeling here. I think a travesty here.
And now looking for the travesty, but Goldy, kicking away and driven back of the neck first on that top rope, perhaps looking for that springboard knee. Jacobs ducks out of the way, ducks the clothesline as well, and
springboard European uppercut.
Jacobs taking to the air, hooks the leg, 2, and no!
You couldn't have gotten closer to 3 if you wanted to, Ferran.
Whatever you do, don't use the exposed corner. Goldy, 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 Goldy.
Crowd certainly getting behind Goldy here.
Putting the boots to the side of the head.
They're more causing insult than injury, but they certainly do have their effect as well.
Oh, and Goldy with a slap.
Defiant and then some.
As Goldy will be to the end. Travis Jacobs laying down those clubs across the back and the neck. Lifting him up. Thought you were thinking vertical suplex, but Goldy counters.
The strength at this point in the match to be able to muster up someone the size of Travis Jacobs, it just speaks to an intestinal fortitude that's beyond difficulty to explain.
You take into consideration that it's that Monster Factory Championship waiting for the winner.
Well, the opportunity awaiting for the winner. There's still a couple of steps to go in that process.
100%. I was a little caught up in the exchange between Goldy and Travis Jacobs here.
Yeah, you don't just pour the cake mix into the bowl and then put the bowl in the oven. You got a couple of extra steps you have to take first.
Understood, but I think Goldy's chest is going to be about the consistency of cake mix if he takes us too many more of those chops. Looking to hit the ropes. Super kick to the stomach. A series of strikes from Jacobs knocks him down. Goldy with a handspring. Caught Jacobs off the ropes and put his lights out. But went for a knee. Jacobs with a roll-up.
Boy roll-up.
Oh, look at the strength of Travis Jacobs.
Power.
With one arm.
One arm power bomb, and Goldy gets the right shoulder up just before the 3. You can't get much closer than that.
Awesome indeed, but no surprise from two men who know each other so well. Two men who were involved in that main event at the arena, the 2300 arena. And once again, fighting for a shot at that Monster Factory Championship. Both of these men want to be top dog around here once again.
Now the person enjoying this most is Mimi, just watching these two beat the daylights out of one another, and she gets whatever's left.
Definitely coming in with the advantage is Goldy. A suplex and then nailed Travis with that knee. Setting up for one more. Did that one put his lights out?
Hooks the left leg, and Travis just avoiding three. But now up on the shoulders.
Are we thinking Ushigoroshi?
Hooks the leg, two, and no!
Are we sure that wasn't three?
The left shoulder just off the canvas before the three, says referee Ben Barnett.
Great officiating by referee Ben Barnett.
But now Goldy trying to figure out, digging deep into that bag of tricks, figuring out what in the offense is going to take to put away the inevitable icon.
Clothesline drops Goldy.
And a pair of them continuing to inflict the punishment, but at the same time, try to get a bit of a respite. Now looking once again for the travesty. Hits it.
He got all of it. But is he so exhausted he can't get the cover in time? Yes, indeed. Goldy kicked out. Travis out of the Ushigoroshi. Goldy out of the travesty. What's it going to take to keep either of these men down? That deranged look in the eyes of Travis Jacobs as he sizes up Goldy. Oh my God.
Driven face first into that bottom turnbuckle, and Goldy looks out.
I am glad you found the words, Ferran, because I could not. That was brutal. How is Goldy still standing after that?
Both on the second rope. The most dangerous rope, no.
Are we thinking travesty off the top rope?
Travesty from the second rope.
There's no way.
Are you kidding me?
There's no way.
Jacobs with the lateral press and a foot on the rope. The wherewithal of David Goldy.
This is unbelievable. Jacobs looking in disbelief at that foot on the rope.
An incredulous look turning to one of embitterment and disdain, and just launches Goldy through the ropes to the outside.
See, perhaps thinking just maybe settle for a count-out victory at this point, telling the cameraman to move. They want the wall.
No.
Oh! Goldy launched right into that solid wooden wall.
Oh, and now sending Goldy onto the apron. Once again, and just collapsing in a heap is Goldy on the floor.
Jacobs with another choke slam on the apron.
And now Jacobs making his way back in. Wait, near side cradle here too, and
Goldy
solo!
How? Literally how?
And the good news is Goldy advances, but I mean, how much does he have left to take on the Notorious Mimi?
Jacobs saw red and completely took his eye off the ball, giving Goldy just enough time to recover. roll him up from out of nowhere as soon as he got back in the ring. And
Oh, no, no!
and a spoil sport with that single leg drop kick. And now what are we doing with a chain?
Oh, come on, no. Come on, Travis.
Oh, whipping him with the chain right across the small of the back. That's the beat down.
Well, the damage now done, and
And the final participant,
Of course, his tag partner
Notorious, Battee.
on the way to the ring to pick the bones. What is left of Goldy here for Ron?
Mimi very slowly, almost stalking her prey at this point here. And there's the heaven sent.
Academic from here.
And just that quickly,
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Gauntlet match and will face Monster Factory champion Chris Desmond in the main event tonight, the Notorious Mimi.
Mimi calling for the microphone. I think we're gonna find out here what she picks for the stipulation for her match with Chris Desmond.
Another hard-fought victory for me. Chris Desmond, last time we stood face to face, you told me you respected that I had to cut corners. What? The Chris Desmond who used to cut corners back, but I know you're too good for that now. Well, tonight, there will be no corners to cut because I get to choose the stipulation. And tonight, there will be no rules to break. There will be no disqualifications. There will be no countouts. Tonight, I will beat Chris Desmond again. I will stay undefeated against your favorite. And I will become Monster Factory champion in a street fight.
oh wow!
Mimi putting herself in probably the most advantageous position. Barely had to exert herself in this gauntlet match. So no advantage for Chris Desmond tonight in that regard.